Live, coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio today. We are also on 990 WBOB in Rhode Island, of all places. Also, you can find us at JiggyJaguar.com. And this interview in video form, if you miss it in video, or if you're listening to us on the radio and you want to see the video, what have you, it is going to be available at the mic.fun. And then, of course, we will tweet it out and Facebook it and Instagram it and do all the things that people do with all the all the stuff online. And we have got a great guest, great band with us today. They join us live here in a broadcast. Extinguish the Sun joins us. And gentlemen, welcome to the big broadcast. How are you guys?
Good, thanks.
Great. How you doing?
Pretty good, actually. You guys are fantastic. Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
We're from Illinois. We're actually in Northern Illinois. We've been around a few years now, since about 2015. We are a metal, alt metal band. And we're coming at you with new music.
That's awesome. So when you say Illinois, that always perks my interest, because I always have all these Illinois-centric questions that I have to ask. First of all, how far are you guys from Rosemont, Illinois?
Rosebud?
Yes.
Rosemont? Probably hour and a half, 2 hours. Something
okay. Well, the reason I ask is because whenever we interview bands that are from Illinois, I make it a habit the last couple years to go to the Exotica Porn Convention every time they have it in Rosemont, Illinois. And we have, over the last couple years, gotten to be really good friends with all sorts of bands from the Illinois area. And so next year, when we come through, I'm going to get a hold of you guys, and maybe we could set up a video interview or do something. Get you guys to come out there. I'll see if I can get you into the convention, all sorts of stuff. So we'll
That'd
see.
Be killer. That's probably one of the better reasons to hit Rosemont.
I was so shocked, because I'm used to going to the porn convention out in Vegas where everything's open all the time. And it's that town shuts down at 9 o'clock. There's nowhere to eat. It's the craziest thing.
Get a gas station ham sandwich.
We did get a whole bunch of gas station beef jerky that was on sale.
Oh, that's always on.
We loaded up on that shit. But another Illinois-centric question that I have is, what is all the hate for Joliet, Illinois? Why do people hate this town so much?
That is a good question. I don't personally know. It is the butt of kind of a lot of jokes, and you hear a lot of
It's always so strange, because I am a huge Man-Cow mark, and when he was on WLS for a little bit before he decided he was going to run for governor, God help you if Eric Man-Cow Muller becomes the governor. But he used to always refer to Joliet as Toliet, Illinois, and all these things, and they always say Joliet smells and all these things.
Yeah. I've always had fun in Joliet. We play at the Forge up there. It's a really cool joint.
Yeah, there is a really
It used to be Mojo's back in the day.
Yeah, some really cool rock venues there for sure. But
seen some big names there.
Well, see, there is another band that we were buddies with out there in Illinois, and I ask them all the time about the hate for that area, and they're like, they always bring up bars and various scenes, and they're like, I don't know why people hate it so much. We've never had a bad time there.
Put a mark on them.
That might be.
It's so strange. We have got a great set of guests with us today. Extinguish the Sun is with us. So how did you guys get this name? Explain this whole thing to us.
Boy.
Well, I guess I can take credit for that one. It's borrowed from a line from the novel Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury.
That's
Part
awesome.
in that where kind of the main sort of antagonist character is talking to the main character, and he's saying, "Oh, you know, you're doing all these things and extinguishing the sun." And I liked the phrasing of that, and so I kind of modified it and said, "Hey, what about we call the band Extinguish the Sun?" These guys allowed me to have that freedom.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, tell me about some of the different people you guys have opened for or played with over the years.
Green Jelly. We opened up for them at the Forge.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
in Joliet, actually.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Green
Green
Jelly is
Jelly.
badass. Those guys are
That was
great.
fun.
Oh yeah. It was chaos.
It was
to
wacky.
see them on
It was
stage.
Oh my God, we have. I'll have to send this. I'll have to send you one of our interviews from KJAG TV that we did back in the day when they played this place called the Blue Goat. I still don't know why it was called the Blue Goat, but yes, it was chaotic backstage. It was chaotic on stage. It was chaotic backstage. All the outfits, all the people. They're recruiting random people in the crowd to play different gimmicks on stage. It's it's
puppet hats, man. Oh my God. It was great to watch, though.
So how do you end up on a Green Jelly show? Because I've heard your guys' music, seen your videos, all these different things. I'm like, how the hell do you guys end up on a Green Jelly show?
Well, I mean, like we speaking of bands we played with or cool shows and stuff. Like I think we're not just in this band, but I think in like throughout, like as long as we've been playing music, like we like to play different kinds of bills. We just like to be with cool, fun bands. We also like bills that aren't like it doesn't have to be front to back like metal stuff.
Yeah.
Like we just want to play with cool bands, and I mean we
Creative,
knew
artistic, whatever, man. Just a good vibe stuff.
Yeah, and we knew Green Jello was going to be Gonzo. Well, we grew up listening to, or at least knowing that record, knowing those videos. So when that opportunity came along, and again, it was at a great venue, the Forge in Joliet. So it was just kind of, we just thought it'd be a really fun situation, and it was.
Well, we have got some great guests with us today. Extinguish the Sun are with us. They're an Illinois-based metal band. They are fantastic, and they join us today here on our broadcast. They've been compared to Mastodon and Baroness, and they are fantastic. And they join us today here on our big program. And you're joining us this week here on Music Cap. Thanks for joining us here on 990 WBOB, and also JiggyJaguar.com as well. So you guys have got some incredible music. Tell me a little bit about your writing process for your music.
Well, I mean, from my standpoint, it's I kind of sit back and listen to these guys throw a bunch of chaotic stuff together and try to put piece words. I mean, once it all comes together, then I have like a little bit of an idea what to do, and then I just write my stuff to it.
That's awesome.
Stuff. Mike also helps with the lyrics as well. Yep. And it's mostly, music driven. So I just kind of let the music feed, my inspiration there. And then for these guys, it's probably, it's got to be more grueling, I'm sure, because they're actually, making the mechanics of it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. A lot of times one of us comes in with just a nugget of something, and then we all pile on and just kind of see how it evolves, where it goes. Rarely do we come in with a complete idea,
Yeah.
It's typically pretty collaborative, I'd say.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. We have got some great guests with us today that join us live. Extinguish the Sun is with us. So the first track I'm going to play is an interesting track, Planet Nowhere. Tell me a little bit about this.
It's basically, I mean, it was, we did a lot of writing during the COVID times, the dark times. And that's where a lot of a lot of motivation or inspiration from that time period kind of bled through on some of this, where it's like, it's I don't like to try and tell people how to perceive it or what it means to them. But for me at the time, it was just like, people wake up, look around you, what's going on, just that kind of stuff in general.
That's great.
Angsty stuff.
That's great. So, what's been some feedback you guys have gotten on the music and everything?
So a lot of this stuff, oddly enough, that this song Planet Nowhere, this is going to be the debut of that song pretty much right here, right now.
Right.
Well, that's pretty
it's
awesome.
just coming up for pre-save on Spotify tomorrow. Or actually right now, I guess you'd say. So if you head over to our website, extinguishthesun.com, you can actually pre-save this. But, this is sort of the world premiere of Planet Nowhere, I guess you could say.
Hey.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to do this. I'm going to put you on a brief hold here on the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, and we're going to play the track. We'll be back with more here on our big broadcast, coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio. And, of course, it's a great track. It's Extinguish the Sun, and it's playing. Holy crap. It is Planet Nowhere, and it is the fabulous, fabulous Music Cap. Thanks for joining us here on our big program. And we are going to go back to the old skip Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, and we are going to pull up our guests, Extinguish the Sun, back with us here on our big program. And wow, that is quite the track.
What'd you think?
Thanks.
You guys, don't waste a lot of time. It's like two or 3 minutes of just fury. So, quite the deal.
Thanks.
So, tell us a little bit about some of your musical heroes and influences. I'm sure you guys all have various people that are that influenced your guys' music over the years.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think across the board, while we do share a lot of different influences and stuff, I mean, obviously, I mean, we always have a lot of, we all have a lot of different things that we grew up listening to, right? Like for me, for instance, and I can speak for Jer, Jer 2 that ain't here, Tom's, who also plays guitar. We grew up listening to like new wave of British heavy metal stuff, like Maiden, Priest. You know, obviously we were fans of like, you know, early thrash stuff and things like Metallica and Megadeth and all that kinds of stuff. So, but like real guitar driven, like shreddy type stuff, you know?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Pretty much same here. I mean, my parents were younger, so like they were into some, you know, I got to experience Black Dog, Led Zeppelin, you know, stuff at like a pretty young age, and you got kind of hooked with what I thought was heavy metal at the time. I was like, oh man, this is something else. But you know,
this is something else.
And plus, I can throw a Sinatra album on and jam out to that, man. I mean, you know, and hip hop, whatever, I don't care. It's just, as long as it just feels good, you know. But yeah, pretty much just shredding stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Similar, pretty eclectic, you know, everything like Jeremy said, you know, from hip hop to metal, you know, punk, hardcore, grindcore, stuff like that. And then way off the beaten track to like jazz and blues stuff.
Extreme,
you know?
just death.
So yeah, definitely.
That's great. We have got Extinguish the Sun with us today. They join us here on our big broadcast. So how active are you guys on social media? Tell me a little bit about your social media following.
I mean, we're more active now, obviously. I think we kind of take the road with it where, honestly, I don't know if any of us really like love social media necessarily. Like it's one of those things where
evil
like,
you know,
we love the opportunity to be like, I think the thing we like about it a lot is that it is a real direct connection to people, and you can reach people that are, I mean, all over the world, you know. It ain't like you just you have to see them out at a show or anything like that. But I think we all definitely still prefer, you know, seeing people out at shows and things like that. And you know, and also, you know, I don't think we're a band who really likes to just post unless we have something for people, you know, because I think the bands that we like don't really do that either, you know. So you'll see a lot from us now. People that follow us now will see a lot from us because we have a lot of things going on and a lot of things coming up. But, you know, we ain't really the band that's just checking in to, you know,
say, hey, I tied my shoes today.
Yeah, with just
sweet.
You know, that just ain't us, you know, really. But
well, you know, last night I got a chance to go cover the Fozzy show here locally at Temple Live in Wichita, and most of the bands that were on that bill, that's what they do, is they don't post unless they've got something to post.
Sure.
And I don't know, I just think that's kind of refreshing because I see so many of these bands that you can clearly tell that they're not doing the posting. and it's kind of cool the way you guys do that. I think that's great.
Thanks. I mean, we can definitely say that anything we post is, you know, genuine, you know, certainly, because it's
yeah.
I
think that's great. So tell us about Sold. We're going to play this here in a few moments.
Right on.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of another in that same vein, kind of. It's, you know, during that same time period, but the music spoke a little bit louder to me, and it was not as angry, as more of a, you know, an awakening type, just, you know, to be in tune with your surroundings and stuff. And yeah, it turned out pretty beautiful. Pretty excited about that song.
That's really awesome.
Like
that's
the
awesome.
Video just dropped on Friday, and the single, whatnot. So
fantastic. Awesome. Well, we are going to go to it. We're going to put you guys on a brief hold here on Skype. When we come back, we have got more. It is the next track. It is called Sold. And You're going to be sold on it right now. okay. We are back live here on 990 WBOB in Rhode Island, of all places. Also, you can find us at KJAGradio.com. And we have got our great guest back with us. Extinguish the Sun is with us here on our big program. So, at the end of that song, what the hell is that noise?
That is a like just like chords and chaos kind of ringing out, but with like a delay pedal just set to like infinite, you know. So it just instead of
ludicrous speed,
instead of ever really delaying, it just gets bigger and obnoxious and more obnoxious the longer it goes, you know.
Okay. Well, I felt like an asshole asking, and I didn't want you guys to be surrounded by assholes. So.
Okay. No, you know that's you know.
Yeah, right. We love talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, Extinguish the Sun is with us today. They join us live. They are just amazing. They've got some great music out there. So, how do people buy your music and contribute to what you guys are doing?
Well, if short answer, you can always go to Bandcamp and check us out, extinguishthesun.bandcamp.com, or you can go to mostlyanoid.com, and all our stuff is for sale there as well.
We actually have extinguishthesun.com.
Yeah, and Extinguish the Sun, yeah, but it'll link to
those.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not the tech guy.
So, what do you guys have planned? Do you have any tours coming up or anything major like this?
No tours. I think it would be great at some point to be able to do like some long weekends strategically as things allow. But we definitely have a gang of shows that aren't announced yet. This week we're going to announce a bunch of stuff, including a release show for the new record. And we're going to start getting those shows out there. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, June 17th. So that's, obviously for those in the Midwest, we're going to be playing a show there, which we'll announce. But just in general, to pick up the record, that's the date.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are great.
Thank you.
I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. What is going to be the next track that's going to be released as a single? That's on this album.
So it'll be Planet Nowhere.
Okay.
And that'll actually be released, for wider consumption on the 27th of this month.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are amazing. Thanks for doing this, and I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. You guys are great.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. There they go. That's Extinguish the Sun, and they join us this week here on our big broadcast. And you're joining us this week here on Musicap. That's right, Musicap. So we are going